reading is for January, and it is for Taurus. Now, before you even click on this video, I do something which is called a remote reading. Remote readings are where you're not here, and I am communicating with Spirit, and I'm writing down some notes that Spirit has said, or how they're telling me how this reading is going to go. So, when I was in communication with Spirit this morning, this is what they told me. Sometimes you are like a pampered pooch. You like the finer things in life and enjoy taking long-ass baths that last for hours. Even when the water cools, there is always more hot water to indulge in, and many beautiful smelling perfumes, colognes to satisfy your pampering. For the month of January, you're going to have to nip your self-delusions in the butt for a while and start paying off your credit cards and start saving. There's some waves coming your way, and you're going to need to conserve some of your indulgence for the finer things. In the beginning of the year is going to be a bit hard for you, but you know there is a balance in life, and although the beginning may seem a bit awkward for you, you will bounce right back, and then you can go back to your massages and self-care. Go to the get-together you don't want to go to. There will be someone interesting there. You may fall head over heels or laugh your face off. Either way, it will be good for you. Also, what is coming to me as I'm doing this, be careful of how much wine you have or champagne you have. There will be somebody at this get-together that may give you a new job opportunity, and you don't want your first appearance to be somebody holding your hair as you're puking in the toilet. So just be careful of how much indulgence you do when you go to this party that you don't want to go to, that you should go to, because if you don't go to this party, it's not going to open up as many doors for you, or you may not meet a special somebody if you don't go. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm sorting some cards to see what type of month January is going to be for my Tauruses. Let's see, what kind of month are you going to have? I'm going to start picking the cards in. Come on. Nope, there's one. You're thinking a lot of the future. While with what we were dealing with year 2022, it would be understandable that you would be thinking about the future and what the future has to hold. The next card that I picked up was Innocence, Letting Go, and Outcome Communication. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's way too many, Spirit. I have like half a dozen that came out of the cards here. Okay. Next one is Innocence. So what it looks like is at the beginning of the month, you don't want to see how much work you have. You have a fair bit of work that you're going to have to accomplish. It feels like you've got a lot on your shoulders with this one. But you're thinking that you're going to have to work hard to get towards your future goals. And this does not make you feel very strong right now. And there's really nothing to celebrate about it. You're checking everything out. You might even be making that appointment with the bank that you don't want to make to see where you stand. I do have dogs, so you might hear my dogs whining or barking in the background. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, but I do have 3 dogs. So future, another one. And when you have cards that say death on them, it doesn't necessarily mean death. It's just there's going to be a huge change in the way you either deal with things, the way you think about things, or challenges you may be taking on. So it looks like in the beginning of the month, you don't want to see the work that's ahead of you. You don't want to have to deal with, I think it's finances. And you'll have a lot on your shoulders. So you're looking ahead to getting these things paid off. This is not going to make you feel like you're king of, it's not going to make you feel like you're king of the throne. In fact, it's nothing actually to party about or rejoice about. You could see that in the middle of the month, if you keep up with doing, like when you first go into the bank, I think this has to do with this. When you first go into the bank, it's going to be hard to look at the digits. It's going to be hard to look at everything that's on your shoulders right now. But you want to look towards your future. You don't like what's going on right now, and your credit cards are pretty high, and you want to get those realistically paid down. You don't feel like the king of your world right now, and you don't feel like rejoicing. You know how bad your debt has been, which is understandable because the year 2022 wasn't too easy on you. But now 2023, you have new, you have a new insight of how you want this year to go, because you don't want it to go like it did last year. So if you listen to what you're being told and you work your digits, it will make you realize, oh my God, I have a lot ahead of me to do. And it will feel like you've been given some really, really bad news. And it's hard for you to deal with this. You're going to be chewing on it for a little while, and you're not really going to know how to deal with it. It's going to be a rude awakening for you because you didn't think it was that bad. And now it's like a heart stopper as soon as you see what you're going through and how far the debts have gotten out of hand. You feel like you're seeing this with new eyes. You feel like before you didn't know how bad it was. Well, you kind of knew how bad it was, but you really didn't until now when you've actually seen how bad your debt has been. You're able to look at it with new eyes, and you're not so innocent towards it anymore. Okay, so you're going at this knowing what you should have known. So you're not really a page right now. Pages are beginning a journey, or they're learning something new. You knew what was going on. You knew that you were using your credit cards a bit too much. It has actually caused you some sleepless nights. And it feels like that you have pretty much lost a friend after you found out that how high your debts were. So now you have to ring them in, and you're going to have to fight the fight. But once you start doing it, once you start paying them back, once you have a financial plan, you'll find that things will be easier for you, and it won't be as hard completing paying off stuff as you once thought it was. And it does make you feel like the future is going to be brighter for you, as long as you can go through this battle, per se, of not using your credit cards or not going into debt or you don't have a debt problem, you have a spending problem. You like to spend money. However, even though this is going to make you feel very defeated, okay, for the next 3 to 6 months, you're probably going to feel pretty defeated. You're not going to feel like you've won a battle. It's going to be hard for you. You in a way lost your innocence, because before, when you were using your credit cards, you weren't really paying attention. You knew it was there, but you weren't really paying attention to it. Now that you know how bad this stuff is, and I'm pretty sure you went to the bank to find out. I think what has happened that set you off is either a bill came up that you couldn't pay for, or something has come up that you can't pay for, and you're like, well, what the hell happened? I thought I was making my payments, but you were just spending way too much. You were just spending. Oh, we're going to have a good time in Christmas. Oh, we're going to have a good New Year's. Now you're looking at it a week after and saying, wow, how could I have spent that much? So you're going to be letting go of being the person that likes to spend money, the one that's known to spend money. And this might even knock your ego out a bit, because you were always known to be the one that brought presents to work, or you were the one that was known to bring donuts or something like that. You would spoil people and indulge in the finest things in life yourself. But you've got to let go of that idea that you can just go out and buy whatever you want and still have money left over. I think there was an old saying that says, champagne taste and beer money. So what this is saying to me is that you're really going to have to concentrate on letting go of the fact that you're not this person that goes out and blows money willy-nilly. And once you let go of that, once you let go of the fact that it comes down to the fact that when you were a child, now this isn't going to be for everybody, when you were a child, you did not have the things that you wanted to have. You did not have the clothes you wanted to have. You did not have the toys you wanted to have. You didn't have material things that other children did. And you always said to yourself, when you grew up and you had a job, you would go out and buy all the things that you wanted, and that you wouldn't have any problems with money. And this has really knocked your innocence out, because you do have problems with it, and you didn't understand how fast it could have changed. But once you get a grip of it, and once you let go of the past, saying that you were always poor and you never had anything, and so that's why you make up for it now, once you let go of that, you will be able to be put in a different range or a different light, or you'll be able to see your mistakes unfold in front of you. This will work between 3 to 6 months. After 3 months, go back and check your finances again. Pay them and keep on paying them. Don't use your credit card. The easiest way to pay off debt is stop getting into it. So once you sit there and you let go of the idea that you're not poor anymore, you're in control of your own finances. Another expression is, if you spend money like you're poor, you never will be. If you spend money like you're rich, you never will be. So once you let go of the fact that you're not that poor kid anymore, then you're going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, not another train coming. This is going to make you feel overwhelmed and make you feel like you're an adult. It will make you feel like you've got everything. You've got everything going for you, and that your future is going to be brighter. As long as you keep on checking back, which is communications, which is a card you got, You keep on checking back on your bills. You keep on looking at them. Don't do it every day. Stick to your plan. Pay your cards off. Then after 3 to 6 months, look back and check them out. Now, I know you have a love of taking long baths and the finer things in life. Maybe once a month, get yourself something, but don't use a credit card. Use your own money, but get yourself something once a month, because then it will mean more to you than getting it willy-nilly whenever you want it. Okay, we'll give you some messages from Spirit. This is for the month of January for my Tauruses. The month of January, here we go. When I am connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Once you dive into this and you start working your plan, you communicate with your bank, you go over your bills, you dot your I's, you check your T's, you make sure that you're crossing out when you pay something off and moving on to the next one, you will find that the universe will attract you. You will attract support from the universe. You'll find that once you start paying off all your stuff, you'll have a little bit more money. You'll have a little bit more freedom. You might have opportunities come up that are totally different than anything you ever thought about or could dream about. I am unapologetic about what I desire, and I trust that I will focus on will grow. Your spending will be cut back by you keep on putting money down on it. It's kind of like with a seed that you put in the ground and you water it, it will grow. You get your nutrients, it will grow. It gets the sunlight, it will grow. With your finances, if you start paying off your credit cards, your finances will grow. It's a weird way. Once you're in debt, you're always running after trying to pay off. When you're not in debt, you will find opportunities that will come up for you. You will find things that you never knew that you could possibly have. Would you really like that house that you're saving up for? Look towards that for your future. Would you really like to have a vehicle? Look for that for your future. It could be anything your heart desires, but you have to start and open your eyes and see the burden that those cards are making for you. Okay, let's get one more message from Spirit. Oh, they wanted to give you two. Hope is a conduit for miracles. If you keep on saying to yourself, I can get these paid off, I can get these paid off, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, you will see your own miracle take place. Oh, a dragonfly. Past grandmother. Strange accent. Well, strange to me, sorry. She used to talk about the old country all the time. We did this in the old country. We did this in the old country. She has since passed on. But man, that lady could use everything in her house. She used everything up. All the way down so she wouldn't have to go out and spend money. She used everything up. She recycled things. She's on your side right now. She is pushing you along. She's trying to help you out. She used to take was it drapes and make them into dresses? Or little girls' dresses? And she used to just take everything and make it. And she tried to incorporate those ideas into you. I think it's your brother, or is it your sister? I know this isn't gonna fit everybody, but if it doesn't fit you and you've made it to this reading this long, maybe you have to give this message to somebody else you know. Anyways, the dragonfly. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Yes, your grandmother is guiding you to help you out with this. Okay, and this is going to help with your future and a communication and letting go of the thought that, yes, you may have been poor when you were a little kid and you didn't want to be like your grandmother and using an old tablecloth for dresses. But she never died penniless. She had money. Maybe taking on some of the things that she did when she was younger may help you today. Okay. And last thoughts. We've got 2 cards there. Okay, friendship. This could even be, if you get yourself involved in things that have to do with recycling, reusing stuff, sewing, knitting, anything that you can reuse things. There's on YouTube, there's videos of people doing gardening and canning the food and reusing stuff, and you might find some real friends that that aren't like the ones that you have right now, where you feel like you have to fit in with them by spending money. You will actually find some friendships with people that go like camping, or they take their own food for a picnic, or they do things that you thought nobody ever did, and you actually have a kinship with these people. And then you will, for you, the innocence that's there, the innocence that was there goes back to when you were a kid, okay? That innocence of not having enough and not understanding why you didn't have enough, that was the innocence. And you thought it was, well, when I get older, I'm going to spend as much as I can on the stuff that I want. But you just didn't know before. You just didn't know. Dancing is free. You know, you can still enjoy things with your friends. You could still go, I don't know what you guys call them, clubs, bars. I'm not sure. I'm probably a lot older than the people that are watching my videos. But going and drinking pop at a bar and dancing with your friends is still a lot cheaper than having $100 tab at the end of the night. And make your friends, tell your friends, hey, I'm trying to save up for a house. I'm trying to save up for a vehicle. You tell them about your future ideas. And if they don't accept it, are they really your friend? It's up to you. One last card. I'm going to keep on going here until they tell me to stop. One last card. One last card. Oh, I got a couple cards. Recognition and love. Maybe these same people that you're hanging around with that you think, oh no, if I start saving money and I don't spend money like them and I don't do the things that they do, and I'll lose them as friends. Maybe turning around and telling to them that you're trying to save up for this or trying to save up for that, or just pretty much paying your credit cards down. The year 2022 was hard on all of us. Maybe then they'll recognize the fact that you're doing this, and they'll love the ideas you come up with. All right, that's my reading for January for my Tauruses. If you like what you heard, please like the video, leave a comment. If you didn't like what you heard, well, maybe it's just not your reading and you need to give it to somebody else. Thank you much.